You guys, when I got the news, thank you all so much for texting, emailing, Facebook, YouTubing me about Proctor. Immediately, red flags went off for me because the fact that he doesn't work in a vacuum. I mean, on the stand, his boss put an inverted video. That's a felony. And I could go on and on about it. And we know his bosses were on the email. So the red flag was, oh, that sounds like a perfect scapegoat to cover up the rest of the trash.
An investigation is underway after a state police recruit died last week, one day after he suffered a medical crisis during a defensive tactics training exercise.
They were told the 25-year-old was injured during a boxing exercise at the Massachusetts State Police Academy in New Braintree on Thursday.
A police procession across central Massachusetts to honor a state police recruit who died while training to be a trooper. 25-year-old Enrique Delgado Garcia was pronounced dead at UMass Memorial on Friday, 24 hours after he was knocked unconscious during a self-defense drill at the State Police Academy.
Sources say Enrique Delgado Garcia became unresponsive during a boxing exercise, part of defensive tactics training at the State Police Academy Thursday in New.
You contacted Good Samaritan Hospital to inform them that, quote, Mr. O'Keefe was struck in the face with a cocktail glass.
I do not recall contacting Good Samaritan Hospital.
May I approach?
Yes.
Having reviewed this, does this refresh your recollection that you contacted Good Samaritan Hospital and gave them an assessment, at least based on your investigation at that?
That is not true.
What did you say to Good Samaritan Hospital?
I never spoke to Good Samaritan Hospital. That document is for the medical examiner's office.
Did you ever contact anybody at any medical facility? The victim appeared to have been struck in the face by a cocktail glass.
Yes, I did say that to the medical examiner's operations desk.
When I was asking you if you ever sent it to Good Sam, you said, no, that's not true. You were correcting me on the fact that it happened at the medical examiner's office, not at Good Sam.
I responded and answered your question honestly.
Today in the Karen Reed murder trial after an explosive day of testimony.
Well, yesterday the defense cross-examined State Police Sergeant Yuri Buchanek about Michael Proctor, another lead state police investigator, and they say Proctor and others altered evidence to frame Karen Reed, like surveillance video of her car being dropped off at the Canton Police Department. Here is that video in question. Look closely. Reed's attorney says this video is actually inverted, pointing to details like the reverse number 4 on the garage door. The picture on the lower right of the screen shows how things should have looked.
But the timestamp across the bottom is not inverted, which means somebody had to put that on the inverted, the manipulated, the altered video on purpose.
The defense argues Trooper Michael Proctor and others tampered with evidence, including the clothing John O'Keefe was wearing when he died. They also say Reed damaged her taillight while backing out of O'Keefe's driveway, not by hitting him with her SUV, as the prosecution claims. This trial resumes on Monday, and we will carry next week's testimony live on our website, YouTube page, and NACN. We'll have a complete recap of what happened in court, as well as expert analysis on Canton Confidential. It airs weekdays at 7 p.m. on NBC.
So when I was about to do something, I remembered that you guys are going to have to go back in time with me. When Enrique died, this was 5 months ago. It happened on September 18th. I have all the timestamps because I made a video and totally forgot to post it. There was a classic propaganda campaign that happened around his death. So everyone was looking at Enrique like, this MSP is really screwed up. And of course, they buried that. Everyone knows what happened with that. Part of a propaganda campaign, if you were going to run it, would be distract, confuse, gaslight, and repeat. So right now we have to distract from Enrique. Oh my gosh. I noticed a Scott Hayes and a Nathan Hayes that they reported died, allegedly. And this is a big allegedly.
Here we go. He can go to Alex tonight. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at the moves. Look at this mofo. Look at him. Get that thing going, baby. Look at the girl coming in. Yes. Anyways.
I'll tell you about the research. So the solution was, sudden death of a beloved trooper. This is Scott Hayes. Nice picture of the family. Very New England. Now we're going to think like ops. Now we're going into op mode. And we are going to strategically place obituaries. We are going to use phases like line of duty, suddenly, decorated. All of the same words that were being used to describe Enrique to push the story down, Enrique's story. So then it starts to get murky. This is part of the confusion. Remember, the news is owned by the same BlackRock cesspool of darkness. So news, they don't care. They don't care if it's right or wrong or contradictory. They'll run two different stories, two different names. So some said Scott Hayes, some said Nathan Hayes. And they just let it go. And now we're all distracted thinking about these two officers that died. So now phase 3. This is gaslighting. This is when our official sources are going to publish vague or conflicting timelines. Was it a boxing drill or defensive tactics? Was he injured that day or the day before? Like, what really happened to Enrique? And we're going to use search terms like pending investigation, standard protocol, and not answer any questions. Because you guys blew it from the beginning. And then we're just going to repeat the new narrative, continuing to push the Hayes death, the central tragedy, using all of the same keywords. So when someone Googles Massachusetts State Patrol, dead, or whatever they were doing for Enrique. And then this is part of the next phase. It's really confusing and gaslighting and repeating, but we are going to let researchers discover, and by researchers, I mean me, that neither Scott nor Nathan Hayes worked for MSP. That's the whole thing. They made this whole thing up, well, allegedly. And the allegedly is, it seems really dark side to fake deaths. But if you've been following the Clintons, so neither Scott nor Nathan Hayes appeared on the 2023 payroll. So it fueled conspiracy talk. We know what that means. Tinfoil hat. Stop with conspiracies, and still distracts from Enrique. So I made this back in September and totally forgot about it. And now I just refound it because I have a theory on why Proctor's taking the fall for this. It goes back to Chubby. And wanted to share this with you guys. Love ya.
We got to get tisk-tisked? No, this is propaganda. This is propaganda to make you feel stupid, to make you feel wrong, to make you feel incorrect whenever you doubt the official narrative. And let me remind you, the official narrative includes a fake picture that's now been recalled. Okay? So people already in this story have reason to doubt the official narrative. The Buckingham Palace put that picture out. Hello? This is propaganda. And what I really think, speaking of conspiracy theories, because I'm already a conspiracy theorist, I don't mind getting called that, so just do it. I don't think this has jack to do with Kate Middleton. I think this is all a big look over here, red herring, for something else really going on. What's that?